Hey guys, Sen here. Today I have achieved what I thought could not be done, and that is to take out a high level capital peak in 2 attacks. So you can see right here, one of my accounts against this capital peak took it down in 2 hits, and we're going to just dive straight into the replay. So you can see this base is extremely high level. It's not completely maxed. It has level 4 walls, and most of its defenses are level 4. But it also hasn't moved some of its defenses inside the base, like the rocket artillery over here, the giant cannon over here, and the inferno tower over here. And you're going to see how we end up exploiting those. First of all, we're pushing our way in with archers that Tesla pop, so I snipe it with a pack of archers and try to tank for those archers with a ram to search ahead for some traps as well. So those archers are able to clear out a bunch of clan buildings because I used that ram to tank. And I drop that rage perfectly so that it leads into the base as well as clips the capital peak with our super wizards that we're going to bomb it with. Now, because this rocket artillery is super exposed, we're going to drop in a camp of minions after we cleared out all those clan houses to just snipe that down. But right now we're just trying to push into the base with our archers. We will probably just fast forward 2 times from here, sniping each defense one by one so we can push our way directly towards that capital peak, and we are going to bomb the crap out of that thing. So we dropped in that camp of minions, and once we drop in that last camp of archers, notice how that camp of archers split so nicely to where only one archer got blasted by that giant bomb. Now we're already here, and so we're going to try to open up the wall towards the capital peak first, and then we are ready to go with our super wizard bomb. Starting off, we're going to tank for the rocket artillery in the capital peak with a giant and a barbarian to tank for the spear thrower so the giant doesn't go under too much fire. But that's just so that my wizards aren't going to get splashed down even through that heal. And then I drop in a couple more giants to go in and tank some of the other defenses inside the base, and then I drop in my super wizards and look at those chains. Rocket artillery, blast bow, giant cannon, so many defenses. Unfortunately, that giant isn't standing in the heal because my ram opened up the wall a little bit too high. But you can see all of that was able to get taken out by my super wizard chains. And that wasn't the craziest wizard bomb I've ever done, but you're going to see what's about to happen. The super wizards all survive, and I give them that last ram to open up the wall further, and they're all healthy, so they, with the tanking of the barbarians from the ram, they go forward, take out that air bombs, take out a spear thrower, take out a cannon, and most important of all, because we're trying to finish off this base with hog raiders, they also grab that crusher on the back end for me. At this point, there's just one wizard left who's going to clear a bunch of clan houses. We're going to fast forward from here. I actually run out of time because we were using archers, but the wizard was just about to die anyways, and he got a bunch of clan houses on his way out, and we're going to try to finish off this base. Now, because this base builder hasn't put in a lot of their defenses inside the base, I know where some of the traps are. And that's going to come into play in this replay. First of all, I brought in a couple packs of archers to snipe the bomb tower and the crusher, some of those key splash defenses inside the base that would have costed me to use a heal earlier than I had to. And then look at the ram that I dropped. It pulls a zap trap, it pulls a log trap, and then one barbarian survives and it pulls a giant bomb. So that ram, one ram, took out 3 traps. And then we drop in a giant to help tank the giant cannon, and we're going to swarm that giant cannon while it's distracted with some hog raiders to help take that out and then grab the spear thrower and cannon. We're still working our way in, trying to take out the crusher with some archers. And also, what's important to know about the hog raiders is, first of all, they're weak to giant bombs, and so giant bombs can only be in 2x2 holes in the base, and so there can only be a giant bomb between this spear thrower and this cannon, which I'm playing to pre-heal, and between this multi-mortar and this spear thrower. So I make sure I drop in a ram to open up this wall to test for any giant bombs there, because everywhere else in the base, you can see it doesn't have any empty 2x2 spaces inside of it, and so I'm safe with my hogs. So you see that ram go forward, search ahead, and it just pops that giant bomb right there. I pre-heal over the 2 wizard towers, and that last little hole in the base, there wasn't a giant bomb, but that was just a good, safe pre-heal to have. And now my hogs, they actually popped a giant bomb on the outside, and they got healed back up, and now they're just working their way through the last few defenses. There's still the inferno tower on the back end. I also brought some minions, 2 packs of minions to start cleaning up early, as well as if my hog raiders petered out on the final inferno tower, my minions would be able to take out the defensive supergiants and the raid carts because most of the time capital peaks and most bases will not have their traps set to air, and so minions can just do a great job at cleaning them up. Unfortunately, you're going to see there are actually some air traps on this capital peak. I dropped in that last hog glider to stun that Inferno Tower, but that bottom pack of minions are going to get blown up, but we have tons of hogs still left, and those minions working on the top side to finish up this cleanup, and we just took out this capital peak in 2 attacks. I have literally been trying to do this for months. I've gotten so close so many times, but this base is so hard to take out in 2 because it can have so many traps and so many things can go wrong, but this attack just went perfectly. And as a bonus, I will throw in even more Super Chad gameplay, this time against a level 5 Barbarian camp at Capital Hall level 9. These things are super nasty to deal with because you have that extra rocket artillery and you only have level 4 rocket balloons. You can see over here, there's even a level 5 maxed out rocket artillery, and this thing will one-shot your level 4 balloon. So you have to be super careful around this. And the way we're going to deal with this base is we are, once again, bringing in the Super Chads, this time not against the Capital Peak, but against this District Hall that has a lot of HP as well. And you can see around it, there are so many high-value air defenses around it. The 4 air defenses, the 2 air bombs, and then the rocket artillery. So with this first attack, we're going to gut this entire core by first pushing in with our archers, try to clear our way towards the District Hall so we can bomb that thing. So pushing in further, one by one. As the archers lose their stealth, I drop in more rams. That's the key thing you want to be doing with your archers to get more value out of them. Time your rams so that your rams give a little bit of distraction for your archers once they leave the stealth ability. We'll fast forward from here. We have a couple more packs of archers. We're going to try to clear the flanks so that my wizards aren't going to get hit by the sides as I drop in some tanks for them for the front. Pushing in towards this rocket artillery and trying to snipe down this cannon over here so we can directly target that District Hall in a moment. And with that last pack of archers, we will just drop that on the Mega Hidden Tesla, and then we are good to go at the District Hall. And the way we're going to do this, ×1 half speed. First, we drop in a couple of rams to tank that rocket artillery. Then afterwards, we will drop in a giant to tank this giant cannon. You have to be careful with the splash defenses. And then afterwards, we're good to go with our 4 super wizards. And watch as that all goes down in slow motion. The wizards get clipped by the giant cannon one time, but they're still alive and they're able to even grab that maxed out rocket artillery on the back end, have a little bit more juice to push forward and get a couple shots off, but they don't get much more. But we are all set up for our finishing attack where we're coming in with rocket balloons. I always recommend that you go air against the Barbarian camp because it has so many ground defenses and the super giant posts are honestly so nasty. So we're just going to push our way in with rocket balloons, and I actually do something really cool. I used 4 zaps to zap down the 2 air defenses, and we have 2 zaps left. Now we're going to work around the front of the base with all those spear throwers and that Mega Hidden Tesla with some rocket balloons. Pushing our way through. 1 more Tesla pops, and we're going to snipe that off with 1 more rocket balloon. Clear this building with a Barbarian. Now, unfortunately, I don't have enough time to clear these buildings with this Barbarian as my loons are working their way around. And so I see that, and I immediately drop my last 2 zaps to clear those 2 trash buildings so I can quickly start deploying my loons and supporting those loons that are working their way around. I use those last 2 zaps just to speed up the cleanup and just to open up the map so I can start deploying my loons in quicker and take advantage of the tanking that those other loons are providing me. And we just swarm those last few defenses. That was a really cool trick that I thought of on the fly to zap down those 2 buildings or 3 buildings and open up the map for deployment. And yeah, this base is crushed. You saw how much value that wizard bomb got me, and there just wasn't enough air defenses to resist my rocket balloons on the finishing attack. Now, before I go, make sure you join our community Discord, link in the description below. We just hit 500 members, which is super hype, and our mods are working hard every day to add cool new features, including now a competition where you can submit your best raids to be judged by yours truly. But that'll be all from me for today. Like and subscribe if you enjoyed, and take care.